Okay, going live. This is not really a time that I have to Periscope Saturday morning, but I can't not react to the Tommy Robinson thing. If you're watching, share this, give it a share. I've got quite a bit to say about freedom of the press and the darkness of what's happening to the UK state. It is absolutely unbelievable, because what's going on is all over the UK there are trials of men who have been raping children for decades, and it's tens of thousands of men, not on trial yet, if they ever will be, but it's hundreds of thousands of girls over the last 40 years, maybe 1 million. If you read Peter McLaughlin's book Easy Meat, you come to that conclusion. And the cover-up has been immense, absolutely immense. And now that the dam has started to burst and that police are starting to investigate and take these crimes seriously, and then they're charging a few people, they're coming up with these massive trials, like this trial in Leeds that Tommy was outside of. 29 defendants? That's an enormous trial. And it appears, and I can't confirm this because there's just no damn reporting, Ezra Levant said in his broadcast last night that this was a trial without a jury. And I don't know whether he meant Tommy's trial for contempt was without a jury, or whether the main trial of these men was without a jury. We don't know, because trials are happening in secret. The trials are not reported that they're taking place. Nobody is covering this. The press isn't covering this, and we don't know. That's not how a free democracy works. The only reason, really, court cases involving divorce and who gets custody of their children, family cases, those can happen quietly without reporting. That's nobody's business. This is a court case about a major series of crimes going over decades in Leeds, one of the UK, was it the 5th biggest city in the UK? I should know, I did a PhD there. That trial, how can that trial be held in secret? How can that be good for democracy? How can that be good for the state of the nation? How can that be cathartic? How can a trial that happens in secret deter other people from acting in this way again? So my heart is with Tommy. I mean, God, I hate the guy sometimes for his just stupid. It's not stupid. It's. I know what he's trying to do, but for God's sake. The trouble is, in the UK, they have these court reporting restrictions. If you have them, you have to know all about them, and you can't flout them, as we've seen. But to stick the guy in prison, which is a virtual... I don't even want to say what it could happen, but the danger to his life from being in the UK prison system, we know it. We saw it the last time he was in there on a stupid mortgage fraud charge. To be in there for this is just insane. And the speed with which it happened. I've read all the books about, the gulags and Stalin's show trials, North Korea, what they did to the Otto Warmbier, the kid who took down a poster. I've seen the pictures of his trial. His trial at least was filmed. His trial was publicized. Tommy is locked away in a dark cell in a dungeon with reporting restrictions for the whole of the UK, and nobody was at... There's no way to know what went on at his trial. There was no way to know what evidence the prosecution presented. He was given, obviously, no time to prepare a defense, no time to find a proper lawyer who was actually skilled in the kind of law that Tommy was up there, because if he was given a court-appointed lawyer at a court in Leeds, this would be someone used to dealing with moderate to severe criminal charges. But contempt of court is a very specialist thing. Court reporting is a highly specialized subject. I don't know anything about it. Well, I don't know anything beyond the sort of layman basics of it. And I don't suspect that a guy who's a court lawyer who usually deals with traffic stuff or minor drug possession or fights outside pubs, he's not going to be well versed in court reporting law. And that's the defence that Tommy was allowed to put forward. And suddenly he's convicted, taken off the streets, tried by a judge, one judge, sentenced and sent to prison in the same, 4 or 5 hour period, and then silence. And that is the story of the UK. That is why I'm delighted I left. I'm delighted. I'm sorry for you all in the UK. I don't know how you recover from this. I don't know how you recover when you wake up this morning and you realise you are living in an ultimate police state. I've got my windows rolled up. I'm sorry if the sound is crap. It's probably air conditioning. I don't know how you do it. And if this, the trouble is, you can't even say that Tommy's case is going to highlight the problems with the UK justice system and reporting, because it doesn't. But the thing I want you to ask yourselves is, there is supposedly a free press in the UK. It would appear from this instant that there are multiple cases taking place in the UK right now which are under heavy reporting restrictions. Is anyone in the press, is anyone from The Guardian, The Independent, The Daily Mail, BBC, any of these journalistic enterprises, are they currently fighting even secret legal actions to have reporting restrictions removed on cases involving especially gangs of almost all, or predominantly, or 90% Muslim men raping young girls going back over the last 40 years? Is anyone looking at whether the reporting restrictions on those cases are valid, and is anyone challenging them? I don't know. I actually don't know, and I don't know because if the press are challenging them, they're not reporting that they're challenging these reporting restrictions. Your country is gone if you don't deal with the problem of secrecy of courts. You can't have it. You cannot have a free democracy. Freedom of speech is one thing. It's one part. It's the bedrock of democracy. But secret trials, not being able to talk about a trial in public, is so unbelievable. I never thought I would be hearing or seeing events such as what happened to Tommy yesterday. I watched the video live. I was walking to him. I was walking in the park. I switched onto it. I watched nearly all of it. I was nervous throughout all of it because I know what the UK is like. But I had no idea that you could be pulled off the street and thrown in prison for 13 months based on that. Deeply depressing. I'm deeply worried for Tommy. I am deeply sorry for his family and close friends in the UK, and for what this means for everything he was trying to do and bring attention to. And if you're in the UK, well, I don't know if anybody in the UK can actually campaign against or about this. I don't think they can. I think it's probably too dangerous. With Theresa May, the Home Secretary, who banned Robert Spencer and Pamela Geller, with her as the Prime Minister now, freedom is gone from the UK. The UK is no longer a free nation. I think it's run in a similar way to the Gaza Strip. The only difference is they haven't actually started murdering people in the streets, but who knows when that will happen. I can't look at putting Tommy in prison as anything other than pretty much close to an attempted murder, because he's in severe physical danger, and based on all of the stories that are in his book, The Very Excellent Enemy of the State, based on all the stories from his last spells in prison, he was not looked after. He was not given a duty of care, and that is insanely worrying. So that's enough of me rambling. I'm sorry, Tommy. I really am. I'm deeply, deeply, deeply sorry for what you're going through. And you deserve everybody's massive respect and support. Free Tommy.